Hey guys, I'm Slick77 the Desert Creeper, and welcome to Infinite Heights Season 3. Hey guys, I'm Slick77. Welcome back. Welcome back to more Infinite Heights. No, I'm not wearing pants. No, I will not be putting on any pants. And I realized that with the old episode, despite the fact I know I've got the music going now, it is really dark in the last episode, and I didn't realize it until I checked over certain things, and so I found out the new thing to do is control the brightness to 75%. For you guys, that is pretty freaking close to moody lighting. I play this game moody lighting now instead of just brightness. So that's my next build is going to be so dark looking. I want it to be that dark. And I want to show you guys what I've done. But first, let me grab you all some music. This time it shall be Urban Step called Stronger. Found from my RustedMedia playlist. Let's go. Now, home enchant. Oh my god, that rabbit. So, as you can see, I've done a little bit of work here. It looks really good at night. And I'll show you guys a little bit, but under these bushes are light. What the? There you go. Underneath these bushes, as you can see, is glowstone. And on top of the glowstone is green stained glass. So I've got like a short hedge, basically one head taller than us. And at each stop and or entrance is these logs of stairs. Nice entrance to walk up to the mushroom. Very large red mushroom. The reason why I didn't do brown is because it was too flat. I look back on it, I didn't really like it. So I tried the red, and I like this so much better. Looks so much more interesting. And like before, you can't move the stem pieces by just breaking them with a silk touch. You have to use a piston. So you can imagine how annoying that was. Clearly I have some, what is it? Terraforming to do here, but I don't exactly know what I want to do up here. I mean, I got the general idea: mushroom, stand, water, entrance to underground, but I don't know what I want the walls. Well, I've had some things here, like I'm trying to do, like a pillar thing. I don't know what I want yet. I don't know what I want, but got cobble mixed with mossy cobble, stairs, half slabs. It's all looking good. It's not completely flat all the time. I like it. No fancy design. This water is going to be 3 blocks deep. There will be some lights down here though, I think. I should put some. I have no idea yet. It might even be that deep. It might just be 2 blocks deep. I don't know. But that's not the big surprise I have to show you. You see that? Let me show you guys. I've been working on this. I freaking went buck wild on this thing down here for the past 2.5 days. Check this out. Got finished earlier. Oh yeah. I know, that's a lot of new stuff. A lot of stuff I didn't even talk to you guys about at all. And that's because I just really went to town with some really good picks, and a couple people helped a lot. Digging helped me with Kissy, Max Bushy, Badger Tom, and then Trex helped fill in all this water, so I did get some help with there. You know, it wasn't that bad with music playing to dig all this out. And as you can see, I brought back my crystal. A floating crystal from a mountain home. I made it a little bit more sharper this time by adding some panes just sticking out as such. Hope it looks really good for you guys. Hope it's not too dark. If not, I'll do this again. I mean, if it is, I'll do it again. So, we have the basic circle design, like I always do. The main focus on this is enchanting, as you know, and the floating crystal is magical. So is enchanting. So our potions are like, if alchemy is like, to me it's an off-brand of magic, depending on what type of alchemy you have. Like there's alchemy for sci-fi with the different oils and such, but then there's alchemy for magics, which would be like healing potions, energy reviving potions all of a sudden and such, anti-fire, whatnot. And another big thing that's going to be here is that this is a strictly flying area. That is right, strictly flying. Why? Flying is a type of magic in itself. I mean, you don't see sci-fi people just levitating off the ground without some gadget. But fantasy, you got magic involved. They can walk up air if they so choose to. Some wizards can, while other wizards can only do certain other things, or sorcerers, or whatnot. So I'm going to try to change up this crystal. However, to have other glass and lights in it to give it a more glowing feeling, like it's radiating power instead of the blocks around it radiating power. And the only reason those blocks with torches there is to see how good this looks in a moody setting with lights around it. A pyramid for, you know, haste to mining and such. Okay, so aside from the crystal, this is how I'll based on my hole, is just by building this crystal first, then digging the hole around it. The whole point of these being so far back is that you get a huge view of the crystal and whatever is down there, what's going to happen occur down there. When you get lower, get a nice view above. Now you may have noticed something, is that each of these are layers. We have 4 floors. This is going to be ceiling. I don't know how I want that done. But these are 4 floors. And each one gets, as you go down, slightly farther away from the crystal. Now, the reason for that is because you know how in a castle you have the slums farthest away from the main keep area, all tightly packed together. Like up here. I'm not saying this is slums, but this is going to be like the most tightly packed quarters, it seems, because they're closer together. And then you have closest to the castle, which would be the fancier things, you know, the more rich, the wealthy, the more spread apart even. And now, you know, there comes a question to mind is, but Slicks, wouldn't the closest thing to the crystal be the most expensive area? While that would normally be true, this is closest to the fullest main body of the crystal. But you must also understand that potions will be had here, and what better to have for water than the waters, and the potions than the waters of the whole crystal that has been sprung from. I'm also going to try to have like different crystals jutting out of the water at certain areas. So you're closer to the source of magic down here compared to up there. I want to point out that this water, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks deep. 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks deep, sorry. So you get the feeling with it being so dark, there's not going to be any lights. With it being so dark, you get the feeling that it is an incredibly deep pool of water, despite the fact it ends right there. Multiple huge crystals like such jutting out of the water. And with that in mind, why did I only use this one crystal? And that is because this is the best crystal, the most perfectly sculpted crystal that they pulled out of the subterranean caverns the source of the magic. And floating right in the middle of the pillar, right in the middle of the stadium, where its very importance is held in awe. And I had to decorate, you know, I gotta have some place to float, so I decorated it. As you can see, got the prismarine bricks, the dark prismarine block. I don't have any regular prismarine up here. I got slabs, the lanterns, polished diorite, iron block, on a very fancy pattern. I probably should have showed this to you guys before I flooded this, but you can, I think you can see it pretty well. Let me turn up my lighting. You guys seeing what this looks like in Moody. Now you guys should be able to see it better. And of course on the sides to hold the water in to make sure they only fall out the four sides. And yet at the same time it kind of blends in with the same color of the prismarine, the water. It gives it even another source of magical feeling. Like, why isn't the water falling out the sides? The sides are dry. It's almost like there's a barrier going between these panes sticking out of the water on top of the blocks, holding the water in to slide down through only four sides. I hope that's the feeling you guys get. Got some prismarine to help not give any magical feeling, just to color-wise blend into the water and such. And I think for every place where there's lots of water, prismarine is a very necessary block. So of course I have that with a pattern of those 6 dark prismarine blocks and one more lantern on each 4 corners. And you just got stair, and also put a stair here to keep the pane in this fashion. Now I could have used, I might play around with the panes a little bit to see what stands out more. I'm thinking about white pane. I'm gonna try it out later, but I wanted a quick pane real quick just to get the general feel of the place, and because it matched aqua, the prismarine blocks, that's what I used. Almost said aquamarine. On the floor here, this is black stained clay. Oh, look at my balance, $23,000. I had maybe 7 at most before, and I had twice as much, but I paid Badger Tom to help me widen this. Not everyone else asked for payment, but I paid Badger Tom, and I also paid Max because Max is new to the server, so he worked for some money, and Badger Tom was willing to work for some money too, so I hired him. Down here, now let's work our way up for reasoning why. Oh, this is not going to be plain. I'm going to have like some stairs moved around, maybe some designs in there. I don't know exactly what I want, but iron block, diorite, iron block, slabs, and you just have gray stained glass with glowstone. It gives it that cool color right there. Oh, excuse me guys, hold on, let me take a drink of coffee. Coffee. Okay, like I said, let's work our way up. The reason why this was pushed back so far, and it's going to be pushed back further, is to give it the sense that this is a very, very large, very intertwined with the earth, flooded cavern and whatnot. So that'll be pushed back farther, and since it'll be moody, it'll be really dark to see. So hopefully it will just give the feeling like this could extend for miles, perhaps. For miles. And because you don't want it too dark, you want it to give it like a sense of wonder, a sense of feeling. I have redstone with lights hanging down. More redstone. Ignore that green stained clay. I was just trying to think of what might actually look good. And I didn't like the green stained clay right there. I might use green stained, like lime green stained clay somewhere else, but not right there. Yeah, at every smaller intersection I've got some lights hanging down. And redstone at the corners everywhere. so much nether brick farming for these freaking stairs. Oh my goodness. Missed one. /J. Such a helpful thing. Unfortunately, you can't do /back with /J. Where was it? That's gonna drive me crazy. Aha. Sweet. Okay, so, and we got some half slabs, because I feel like quartz would have been too bright for this experience, and gray would stand out incredibly well against purple. That's why I used that instead of... Now I know lots of light colored stones like sandstone would have worked, but sandstone doesn't give the feel of enchantment in a swampy-ish, darker colored area, or you're trying to give off the moody feeling, right? So gray. Gray's always a good alternative. So, like I said, I pushed every ring out farther. Sometimes I had to make, you know, adjustments and such. But it just wasn't that hard to make an adjustment. It's very easy to solve. Hardest part about this is trying to figure out how I could push this in and how I wanted the next layer to look. And then, I don't know what popped in my head to push it out one block, but it just like occurred to me all of a sudden. I'm gonna try to do something different than just straight flat all the time, perhaps. Because that is a lot of purple to look at, but then again, you're not really supposed to be focusing on this. You're supposed to be focusing on the rooms, the crystal, the water, whatever mysterious things going on. And I've really wanted to use these brown mushroom blocks for a while. I just haven't really found a great use for them yet until working here. So these are going to be like good supports or part wall pieces. I yawn all day, aside from the morning until now. Every other row, I've got some more lights hanging down. There will be lights inside, but you know the hanging down lights are very helpful. I'm starting to realize this kind of looks a little Asian style, a little Roman style. Probably more Roman than Asian. And yeah, there's not too much else to say about this right now. A couple things I do need to think about is what I'm going to put on each floor, how I'm going to organize it and such, and what should go in the corners, how to make everything look different from every other floor. Because I know for a fact that I want a couple more red mushrooms here. So maybe push in this wall, grow a red mushroom, or a brown mushroom, or whatever the heck I choose on growing. And just like, make a small garden out of it or something. Put some nether wart around it. I don't know, some reeds, something. Where do I put the potions room? Where do I put all the... I'm planning on putting all the enchanting stuff on the very bottom floor, closest to the magic. And this is going to be pretty much symmetrical on the entire ring. It's just going to be not just books in a giant circle. I mean, there will be styled bookshelves and such in a big arch thing, enchantment table. Then in the corner, it's going to be the most experienced enchantment table. Like here will be the least amount of enchantments, but in the corners will be the most amount, and then right in between is like a mixture, like right in the middle. 5, 10, 10, 20, all the way to 30 and above. You know what I mean? Oh, staff jet. Disc joined. So, I got quite a lot of things to think about. Quite a lot. Yeah, so I hope you guys are excited to see how this project hope you guys are excited to see how this project will turn out, because I am certainly really excited for it. Biggest problem I'm gonna have is trying to think about what I want for up here. I mean, you still have to get down there by walking just to enter the area, but to get around to all the other levels, you need to fly. So, yeah, that's gonna happen. And I seem to have rabbits all over the place. There was a rabbit up here for the longest time, but I guess somehow he made it down here, because that's the same rabbit. There was a rabbit right on this block for the longest time. Don't know why he spawned there. Or got there. Music's starting back up. I gotta end this. And now I got mobs spawning everywhere, so this place is dangerous too. Why is this here? This is region protected, by the way. Where? There we go. From that sandstone corner block to that sandstone corner block right there. This is my region. You cannot touch any blocks within this, can't place anything unless I specifically add you to the region. This is gonna be great. It's gonna be great. But because I dug this out so quickly, I may end up burning myself out a little bit and taking a break, playing more League like I've been recently. So, also I have one clip to show you guys, no music on it. It's I think it's gonna be funny. So, I will see you guys next time. So, oh shit. I got a text right away as soon as I started this. So, Disc is AFK, and we're at Jess's land. Trex found out about it. So, Trex instantly spent all kinds of time and materials to make an annoying AFK machine that does nothing but make a bunch of noise, which entraps him. He cannot move anywhere. Of course, he can teleport to anybody / yeah there, but you know, this will be interesting when he comes back. You know, this kind of reminds me like of a Dr. Robotnik from Sonic feeling. I mean, you got your flying, moving contraption, does nothing but look pretty, and you can see the guy through the window. And it doesn't really help anything anywhere. Yeah. Yeah.